Hello guys, it's Walker here with Tradition and Truth, and I'm going to be bringing you a series on Thomistic Metaphysics. Now, this course is going to be focused on Father Clark's book, The One and the Many, a contemporary Thomistic view of metaphysics. And in this course, I'm going to break it up into many different videos, and essentially I'm going to try to start at the ground level. Super entry level Thomistic metaphysics, and we're going to work our way up to more advanced stuff. And as time goes on, I'm also going to be learning with you, which is a philosophical school of thought in itself, actually, which is kind of funny. But I enjoy learning by teaching, and I'm taking some college classes on metaphysics. So I'm going to preface this by saying I'm not an expert. Please don't think that I'm an expert. And if something seems weird to you that I say in these videos, trust me, I'm doing my research. I'm not going to just spew random knowledge, right? What I say is going to be based off the book, my courses, and any research I can find. However, as always, I encourage you to do your own research. Please, please, please research and question pretty much everything. Be like Descartes. So that being said, let's dive in and let's start this series on Thomistic metaphysics. And we're going to start this by saying, what is metaphysics itself? Well, the definition of metaphysics is being qua being. It is the study of being as being. One could say that existence is the most fundamental reality in the universe, but it's probably the most least studied. And so metaphysics is the philosophical study of reality at its most fundamental level. As we venture into the Thomistic metaphysics, we're going to realize that St. Thomas Aquinas borrowed heavily from Aristotelian metaphysics, and there's a good reason why. It was the base layer of metaphysics at the time, and there's a lot of really good things to be taken from it, especially since there was the monotheistic viewpoint that was shared. When I say metaphysics studies being as being or being qua being, I say this to say that every field of study examines a category of beings. However, metaphysics kind of encompasses it all. And the way that I explain this is biology studies living beings, chemistry studies chemical substances, psychology studies the mental processes of the brain, and physics studies matter and energy. Metaphysics studies what all those things share simply by existing. This is important later on in the course because there's going to be concepts that are somewhat hard to grasp for most people, and myself struggled very much so with this. For example, prime matter. We'll talk about that later on, but prime matter is this non-existent energy that forms everything, and but it's not compared to quarks or subatomic particles, or so it gets weird. And that's basically what I'm going to say, is it gets difficult. But I'm going to do my best to explain, and then we discuss. In this series, I want to encourage thought process. So in the comments below, please make sure, and I'm not doing this just to boost my video, it does help, of course, so make sure you leave a like while you're there. But in the comments, any questions you have, please leave them, and I will do my very best to explain them. If you think I'm wrong about something, try to correct it. Let's see how that works. We're going to talk back and forth. We'll have a discourse, and I might even concede, who knows. Ta meta, ta physica. That's a Greek phrase for after the physics. And Aristotle was the first to really kind of coin the term metaphysics, okay? So the study itself. And over time, it became the name of the discipline itself, but he had a collected volume called After the Physics, and that was his works. Before I start the series, and again, this is an introductory video, so we're kind of just encompassing a lot of stuff in one, and then later on we're going to narrow down each topic and really focus on it. So just bear with me, if you will. But I think it's important to clarify some misconceptions about metaphysics before we begin this series, and that includes metaphysics is not some sort of new age, pagan, crystals and fortune telling and whatever else. Now, I understand the occult has its own form of metaphysics. In fact, there are many different forms of metaphysics. This is the Thomistic metaphysics. That being said, metaphysics is much older than crystal magic and whatever else this new age stuff is. I'm not saying that pagan religion is new, but the New Age crystal magic crap is relatively new. You can look up Draw Gardner. That's a religious studies video, though. In short, it's not speculative mysticism. The second thing that I need to state is that metaphysics is unavoidable. And I say this because philosophy is this subject where a lot of people enjoy it and a lot of people hate it. And there are people in between who just don't care. I know people personally who think philosophy counteracts theology, and there's people who believe that theology and philosophy are hand in hand. I tend to agree with that because philosophy teaches a person how to think. That being said, metaphysics is not simply philosophy or theology. It is a separate science in and of itself that encompasses a large part of philosophy and theology, depending on the metaphysical school of thought, of course. That being said, it is important to know that metaphysics is unavoidable. Even people who reject philosophy are going to operate with metaphysical assumptions about causation, time, and existence. You exist in those things, therefore you must think about those things. Also, and this is the third point, metaphysics is practical in a deep sense. And you can say that subjects like ethical dilemmas or questions, or scientific questions, or even artificial intelligence, the ethics of those things, we can look at personhood, moral responsibility, and God consciousness. Before they are ethical or scientific, they are metaphysical. Next, I'm going to move into some questions, and this is just to kind of get you thinking before we really dive into metaphysics as itself, okay? So first, what makes something the same thing over time? What causes change? Do numbers exist, or are they just simply human creation? Is consciousness physical, or is it something else? Why is there something rather than nothing? Now, I'm not going to answer those. That's not what we're here for yet. They will be answered as the course goes on. I want you to reflect on those questions yourself, though. And feel free to leave them in the comments. But the idea is to get you thinking. Now, as I said, Aristotle kind of coined the term of metaphysics accidentally. There's a whole thing on that we might talk about later. That being said, St. Thomas Aquinas, which is what we're basing our Thomistic metaphysics over, did not invent metaphysics. He did not invent a separate category of metaphysics. He borrowed heavily from Aristotelian or Aristotelian metaphysics, and he implemented Christian theology into an already sitting example of metaphysics, or an already existing form of metaphysics. This helps to form both natural reality and divine reality within one coherent ontology. I feel like that's enough for the introduction video for this series. And so one thing I'm going to state is that in college, for example, in metaphysics that I've taken, the professor tends, and he's a great professor, wonderful, and I'm not dissing my college or anything like that, but what I am saying is that for me personally, it's very hard to follow some of his courses. And it's because, and I'm not going to name drop him or anything, but it's hard to follow some of his courses because he does a lot of what I call circular talk, and he uses a lot of very big words to explain things that could be used with simple words. And there is argument to be said that it's better to use those big words because it specifies what you mean a little more. However, for this series, my goal is to simplify and coin terms that are going to be a little bit easier to understand for the average lay person because I struggled and I know a lot of you are. That being said, thanks for watching the introduction video. Let's continue the course. I'm going to be releasing an episode every week on this channel in metaphysics until it ends, whenever that is. I have no clue how long that's going to last. And the next video is going to be the study of being itself. What is being?